Nightrose in Japan came out before Set 5, and a lot of people were asking how is the deck going to survive in the Set 5 format, and it looked to be still doing pretty well. But although the regular build is really strong, one player in WGP Singapore managed to really cook with this order-based build that really shocked me. Round 4 of WGP Singapore here. Let's take a look at what we have. So far we've seen quite a bit of diversity in decks, and I'm curious to see what else. The camera's getting moved around. I hope nobody's like bumping into it. So as both players shuffle up here, I do see what looks like Nightrose sleeves. We'll skip through here as they set up. That does look like Nightrose versus a Stoicheia. Let's take a look. What are they bringing? Oh, I see a Levidras, I think, on the left side. That's pretty good. We're gonna see the highlight, the big MVP of the current format. We've had enough Nightrose games throughout the past. This matchup is quite interesting, and it's also one that, you know, you have to play quite quickly because both decks do have, I think their general Levidras turns don't take too long, but it draws so many cards and drags out the game that you have to just play out your moves pretty quickly. But if you can play pretty fast, you can do quite well. Okay, they forgot who went first. Okay, so Xeno's going first versus Remy, Ichi on the right. They're gonna ditch the Huli and ride ride the Infinity Eyes marker. Oh, that's great. That's peak. Ditching the Huli is not optimal. You, generally speaking, your turn 1 ditch can become a turn 2 revive target from the Dual Nation card. So here Nightrose is gonna ride up, get 3 energy and call out the Alvina here. Use that energy to call out the Bone behind Vanguard, it seems. We go for Tri-Lane? Nope. Gonna swing Alvina into Vanguard. Ditch the grade 1 that the Squirrel, and then the Bone's gonna pop itself to draw a card. So here we get a free ride into the freaking Infinity Eyes marker. Let's go. That's so good. I love that he did it every single one. Oh wait, this is good. Turn 2, you get the top deck look, and then revive 1 as well. It's only when placed from hand. Arise my avatar, Infinity Eyes marker. Ooh, swings Vanguard first. That's actually pretty daring. I definitely would have gone rear here. As we explained in a previous round, your attack pattern early definitely determines how your opponent receives it. So there, I definitely would have gone rear because, you know, they hit the defensive there. So even if they hit it here, you would have still asked for a hand here, and then you would have, you know, this wouldn't be hitting anymore, but would have been quite different. Yeah, could have got another card out potentially. Depends how much they respect that one's passed. Ooh, hold up. This is some new technology. Hold up. All right, we're gonna get the order set. So this is of course the order from Festival Booster that allows you to intercept with one of your rears, which means that you can revive perfect guards in order to guard with them. So Roaming Prison Dragon coming down. Not coming down, but it's in the drop for something. We're gonna get an order set. It's not an order play. I mean, it is an order play, but it's a set. So the important thing here to keep in mind is that the order was set through an effect. It wasn't played, right? So then they play an order in the same turn because they haven't played an order yet. Remind me the exact wording of this order. I know it revives something, but that also procs the Roaming Prison Dragon. This is pretty huge. Gets the 10k for the Roaming Prison Dragon. This is a very strong early game. 10k into the Dual Nation. She's gonna get taken out. 15k into the Vanguard. I think you could have also swung Vanguard. So this is the difference. If I can quickly explain. I think here, them going rear Van is a bit different because here, this one is only, you know, it's only 10k, so hitting the rear here is fine. But here you could have swung Vanguard. Even if they hit the defensive, you still have 2 options of where your attack will go into. And what they chose to go for is to go swing into rear, swing this into Van, that even if they hit defensive, this is still asking for a card because it's 18k. And it's, because it's 18 and not 10, that means that they can't just drop a 5k for the guard. They have to drop like a 10 or a 15, which Levidras doesn't have a 10. It has to drop a trigger basically, or bank on Remy not hitting a trigger. So it actually is pretty well played. But they hit rear instead. So that I don't agree with. See, because now they hit the heal. And yeah, I think I would have definitely played out that turn 2 very differently. And I think especially in this current specific meta, the set 5 meta, turn 2 is one of the most important turns of the game. So if you make little mistakes like this in your turn 2, it can have huge implications for the rest of the game. So I love the build, but I do wish to have seen a bit of a different play for that turn. All right. Oops. Okay. We're gonna ride into the Levi Dress Imperial here, not the Infinity Eyes marker. Yo, what's up, Imagi? We're gonna search out the bug, grade 2. I had his name in mind the other day. Why did I forget it? Ooh, but very important, they ditched. So keep in mind, Levi Dress only discards for ride deck twice per game. Discarding her. Anato Guster is a grade 2. Her name, the Musketeer girl, is she's very good because she revives herself for Soul Boss 1 if you have 3 markers on the field between both players. But she's also, yeah, Shanette. She's also really good if you can revive her on turn 2 from the Dual Nation. Okay, we're gonna use the effect here to Levi Dress into Soul and put 3 markers down. We're gonna get 2 on the Levi Dress side, 1 on the Nightrose side. So we're gonna go for a more aggressive start here. Anato Guster gonna come down. Look at top 2, 1 to hand, 1 on top or bottom. Gonna go on top. So that's also pretty huge. And now it comes down to what other attackers they want to put down. They can now Soul Boss 1 to revive the Shanette in order to get another swing here. It's also very good because it's a free resource that you are getting. And this could just be a 3 attack turn. They do have the grade 1, but it looks like they might not go for it. Yeah, but that turn isn't as impactful, I guess, for you to generate markers as much. You might want to save those markers to have a bit more pressure here instead. Yo, Imagi with a 3-year sub. I saw you were playing Rezael. I saw you're not a big fan of this meta either, but I love this meta. OT checked! Damn. This is a huge one. Breaking 2 cards committed for the guard too. So, you know, it's not necessarily like a huge amount of shield, but the OT breaking that is pretty huge since, you know, you are going to get 2 damage here and a front as well. So this is going to be a very big tempo swing for Xeno. Going to get, yeah, Guardians retired first. Grade 2 does get bound. Ooh, that's the Youthquake promo. Ooh, okay. Youthquake promo coming on down. That one, not Youthquake, sorry. It's the Skyride Volume 2. Skyride Volume 2. It's a Tithfault for Stoicheia that also includes a little bit of Meg Colony in it as well. So this is a very big turn for Xeno. Skyride promo is good in Rose, especially in this Rose. This looks some crazy stuff with the order builds. I quite like it. I'd love to see Remy's build. It's very original. They absolutely cooked. Goes to 5 though, so this turn is going to be pretty important to deck thin out with the Obadiah and then try to heal down. Don't know how many heals are still left for them, but probably, you know, at least 3 is what we know. Okay, they're going to ditch the Enlarge Gulf here, draw from the Enlarge Gulf, and use the ride line here. Top 7, going to be adding 1 to hand and 1 to drop. Hey, what's up, K Dynasty 2? Appreciate it. Alright. So they're gonna get a Guncycler. That's gonna go to hand. And the Skyride promo is gonna go to drop. Habitat as well. Ooh, the countercharger when you do 5 attacks as well. Obadiah comes down. Use Nightrose's effect first. CB1. We're gonna get the revive first and foremost and a +2k to it as well. Very curious what's going to come down. I'm assuming you're going to probably overcall. You have a lot of CB now, so you can easily use the lazy. So lazy, CB1 revive something. It's going to be the Enlarge Gold. Not throwing anything over the Roaming Prison Dragon yet. So let's see, what are we going to pick? We're going to pick up the order back. Okay, so this is the grade 2 order that allows us to revive something. This is a really cool build for Nightrose. First time I see it. It does feel a lot more creative. Gonna get a top 5 search here. Mills out another roaming prison dragon. And they still have an order play. So they can now revive something and then play out the roaming prison dragon from the drop. That's actually very interesting. How many of you in chat were at the event yesterday? Let's get a show of hands. You can... Whoa! They're running that? They're actually running the countercharge order, reviving... They're getting rid of the lazy, which also gets you the countercharge, and that procs both roaming prison dragons. Wow, and that works out pretty well with the scaling you get from the crest too. All right, going for the power up. That's, yeah, Tearful Malice as well. Nice Mochi, Rutira, McCrafter. I see quite a few of you were there. Smurf. I mean, Smurf, you got top 8, right? We might see you. Do we see you on stream later? Probably. We see PG. The Shanette being dropped. Nightrose picked up for the Stride Fodder for next turn, which is good. Double PGs as well. Alright, that should be help to deal with the big offense you get from the Foxhill. You'll find me in round 9, okay. So here we see a 25k, I believe. No, 20k? 25k? 20k, I think. So this is... Because you got the plus 10k from itself, and then it's only a 5k from the crest, right? Okay, we're gonna give it second damage to the Levy Dress. They're not using the marker, they're keeping it for the Nightrose swing. His game is insane. Okay, looking forward to it. Levy Dress Persona riding, that means that we do see more Levy Dresses in hand, so they definitely have the cost necessary. And so now Levy Dress can rebuild the board pretty easily. As long as you have Huli, you can call out the Huli or the Dual Nation both work. You actually also have like 7 to 8 cards in deck that let you look at top card. Sweet Tree is your biggest supporter. Damn, let's go. Love to see it. Anatoguster being revived. So not using the Huli to revive the Anatoguster, probably because they're limited on CB. Anatoguster will look at top 2 here, add 1 to hand and 1 on top or bottom. It's going to bottom, so that probably means 2 normal units were found up top there. And then we're going to get the Soul Blast 1 now to call out the Shanette. And I think at this point you probably want to use the CB1 on the Foxhill and get a 5th attack. Ooh, this is also very good. The Squirrel is huge. So we're going to use the Levy Dress here. Put down 3 markers. You do need some in the back row, but the marker distribution is a lot more aggressive from this Levy Dress, which I like a lot. So... Swings with the Levy Dress is going to give the back row attack and the plus 10k buff to the Squirrel, which is really huge because the Squirrel is going to be able to do a lot this turn. So usually what's going to happen here is you swing with the Levy Dress and then you can swing with the Anatoguster for 30. And then you can swing with this column here in order to have the... you can have plus 10k from her by retiring the Anatoguster. And then after the Squirrel boosts, it will move itself to an empty circle with a marker on it. So it can move itself here. And then technically you could even attack with it, or you can boost this attack instead. So we'll see. They might just go swing Vanguard, then swing like 30, 30, swing this, and then this will move here to swing again with the 5k buff too. So... Levy Dress hasn't found OG yet. I think they put the OG on the first turn, if I'm not mistaken. On the first grade 3 turn? Yeah, they have one. You can see it. It's under the... just right there in that card. So they just chose not to Divine Skill yet. Which I guess is fine because... Nightrose is at 5 already. So the extra crit isn't doing too much here. Both aren't OG? No, they have one OG in there. They have one original Levy Dress in there. They got it on turn 3. Okay, so now this is pretty tough because Remy is at 5. Gonna use the Brave Shooter to draw 1 from the 3 energy. Draws into another Nightrose. I think Remy's pretty much forced to go for the Nightrose Stride next turn. And drops 2 fronts. So this attack is, since you have Persona Ride, it's 23. Plus you have the 5k from the Levy Dress itself, so 28. And a 15k boost, so 43. Puts down basically 58 here, so 2 to pass. Anatoguster, and the Levy Dress blank blank. So this is actually going to be pretty easy to guard for Nightrose now, because you have a 30, a 30. So this is definitely a 30. Then it comes down to how they want to sequence them. They want to do 5 attacks. If you're at 5, I think you do. Because you go 20k shield, 20k shield. You just saw them ditch 2 fronts. That means they're going to be forced to double card guard for both of these. And then you can get a huge Shanette attack out. And then still, even then, this is going to be, this is currently a 28k boost. It's going to be a 33k attack if it moves to somewhere, basically. So you're definitely still getting a lot of cards out of Remy. But against this build, it's definitely like, you don't know how many orders they have in hand, right? Oh, 2 15s. Did it have another 10k from somewhere? Yeah, it did have another 10k from somewhere. Where did it have that extra 10k from? Or are they putting... Oh, they're putting the extra... They're putting dice down for the markers. I see. I thought they wouldn't, but I see. Okay, so this is also... I like this sequencing because the way that Xeno's playing it out is that they're not telling Remy, will I boost this attack or will I swing individually? So you don't have to give out that information yet because nothing else really changes. It's just you change how your opponent guards because they don't know if they're facing 1 more attack or 2 more attacks after this. I'm going to be using the Sanctitude, Perfect Guard, retire the Shanette and draw a card, and then this scroll is going to move and it's going to be 2 different attacks. So we're going to have a 30k here asking for another 20. And then this will be, so this, don't forget, this is basically going to, it's already a 23, is going to be a 33k swing on top of that. Even without triggers. All of this without triggers. It's crazy. There goes the PG. Drops an order too. So I think their hand is just Nightroses and a PG. I think it's just Nightrose and a PG. Draw. Ditch the Nightrose. And then stride into the Nightrose. So this is probably going to have to be, this will probably have to be a enlarge goal to get back in order to reset these 2. I like it. I'm assuming that's what's going to be the case here. You're most likely enlarge golving here to get back in order, unless they don't have enlarge golv and drop, but I think they should have one. They can also call a lazy. Yeah, you can call the lazy over the enlarge golv and then CP1 get the enlarge golv out. And then that is going to get you the revive here. Yep. Get the enlarge golv down as long as you have the soul to pay for it. That's good. I like it. This build's very creative. Soul Boss 1 from the order. Get the order back to hand immediately. And now you get to play the order and get the roaming prison dragons out onto the board as well. It's very clean. I like it. Levy Dress is so scary. Yeah, Levy Dress is very scary. Its biggest opponent is the time. Yeah, I'm gonna use the order here to revive, to get rid of 2 rears. One of them being the lazy, so that procs the countercharge as well. And then the roaming prison dragons both come out, and they both will get 10k. Ooh, I like that. Philander. It's gonna look at top 5 and mill up to 1. Most important part about Philander is the 10k you get. And here is the Skyride promo, the Tith Fault. Gonna be deck thinned out. That could become a call target, but I do believe it has to be called. Aren't RBDs tiny after the marker? Yeah, because you only have 2 face-up G-zones, so you only have a plus 10k, so the marker is actually minus the 10k. So this is what? 15, 25, it becomes 15. It's just a 15k, 5k. Ooh, that's just gonna be intercepted by the Dual Nation. A little bit in Fortnite. I said on Fortnite to a friend the other day, and he looked at me like I burned his village. It's like, you know, on Fortnite, and he's like, what do you mean Fortnite? I was like, you know, like unfortunate, but Fortnite. It's like, we're the same age too. It's not like I'm talking to an old man. Unskibbity, dude. That's crazy. It's not very skibbity riz of you. The brain rot. It's not even brain rot. It's epic. What are these words coming out of my mouth? Okay, we're gonna see the lazy here. Hollow. I like the grand blue marker for hollow. We see a free perfect guard come down. They're not using the lazy though. I feel like you could use it just to call a perfect guard. Oh, the Skyride promo can stun the Foxel on attack, can't it? Oh, that's so huge, isn't it? You can't lazy in battle phase? Oh, you're right. I forgot. You're so right. But they get lazy in end phase. Aha. That's gonna be probably the must. Otherwise, you'll be missing in action. Yeah, there we go! Foxel stunned in the back row. Ooh, takes the 2 damage. Finds a heal, but it's not going to be active. Okay. Nightrose's GB2 is going to come down. Ooh, milling the OT. The GB2 is going to put that back. GB2, in combination with the crest, will put back one of so the crest says when you would mill 3 cards at the same time, you can choose one of them and put it right back. So does lose 1 trigger from it, but we'll get the lazy recall and then use this effect to call a Perfect Guard in order to have a Perfect Guard to use against Levy Dress. Levy Dress has the Persona right here. His only node has the old Levy Dress as well to get another, basically just distribute, you know, 3 markers here to the opponent's side. And you have Persona Ride too. Not Persona Ride, a Divine Skill. They're gonna use Divine Skill there to get the 10k and a crit. And then use the Levy Dress effect to distribute 3 more markers to the opponent's side of the field. Ooh! Remy! It's looking bad. Your crest is being cancelled out by the Infinity Eyes markers. Does Xeno have a second Foxhill or a way to find it? Gonna use the Anotoguster here. Puts 1 on top, 1 to hand. I see a twin cast. That might be what they added. Do they have another Foxhill? I don't think they do. They're gonna have to Soul Blast 1 here to get the Shanette back on the board. I don't like how Levy markers don't... Yeah, Levy markers don't stack, but against multi-attack decks, which Nightrose is technically one, you can double dip on them, so pretty good. Okay, this is gonna be like the weakest Levy Dress attack of the game. It's still pretty big because you have 2 original Levies in Soul. So it's still like what? 10k from Persona, 10k from Divine Skill, 10k from the effect, so 43. Even then it's still pretty big. It's 2 crit too. Weakest. This could have been 58. Could have been 58. Gonna use the Perfect Guard from the effect of the set order to intercept from the rearguard circle. We see a crit come down and a nothing. Okay. So there's gonna be pretty... Still gonna be just a 30k swing here, I believe, because this one was called this turn, so it has both of the effects alive, if I'm not mistaken. It's going into rear, though. I believe. I'm surprised it didn't go into face. Right? Because you can just... Oh, because he probably wanted to go into rear to, like, make sure the crit attack... So, because you have to attack with this one first, if you want it to empty out this rearguard circle, in order to give this the moving option. So probably wanted to swing into rear to prevent them from taking this attack to 6 damage heal or OT or something. So I do, because they know that the OT is still in deck and it's been pretty thinned out at this point. So this way you swing in with 2 crit, force them to guard here, and then this will still come down here, and this one probably will go to face. OT's at the bottom. Oh yeah, they haven't had a chance to shuffle yet. True. Truage. Yep, PG this attack, ditching the Brave Shooter. Gonna draw 1 from the effect there. And move the squirrel. And then this will be 1 final swing. Alright, yeah, you can attack with it on its own. Don't have Fox alive right now, but attack is pretty huge though. So, what? 33, 41, 51. Wait, this one's massive, right? Because this is 33 solo, 41, and then plus these 2. If this marker is always like 66. God damn. This looks like a 1 damage take. Ooh, and no heal. So Remy really cooked with that Nightrose. I really like the Nightrose list. Some really cool options that we haven't seen so far this whole time. I really like the order build. So I like it a lot. I liked it a lot. That was a very cool game. Levy Dress though, very powerful and managed to find the big dub.